Well, hello there, and welcome to Agent Zero's House of Drawing. This episode brought to you by the wonderful Chrome Dog, which here's his metal bookmark. For those of you who back the campaign, you will get one of these shiny, wonderful bookmarks as long as you're a physical backer. It's double-sided, and in this case, I put my lovely signature on this one because I've personalized it for myself, which you can do that yourself as well. So that's kind of what that little blank is for, is to do the little signature. So what's going on, everybody? I'm just hanging out. Thought maybe I'd do another little draw stream. I know I'm streaming around the time of so many other people, and that's fine. I mean, it's a free country. We can do what we want, right? Plus, this video will be on here in perpetuity, I would imagine. So when we last left off, I had drawn this in the last stream. My shading is not that great because this, not good. I mean, the light source, you can barely see it, but the light source is supposed to be up here, and it's not so good, but that's okay. I mean, some of this other shading was okay. I felt like I wanted to just keep rendering and keep rendering. I just need to learn just to let things sit, let them marinate, as it were. Now, so between the last stream and now, I actually did, so this is day 18 of Mark Brunette's How to Draw in 30 Days. So this is day 18 exercise. So I completed that. And then immediately after the stream, I did that one on stream, and then I did this one after the stream. So this one took a little bit more concentration. I took some liberties to do it kind of my way and kind of what I was thinking. I probably could have done a little better right there on that one, and maybe some of these on the side. But I don't know. Like, as I was drawing, I was thinking, okay, so how do I want to extrude this? How do I want to extrude that? So I kind of turned this into like a little garage. It's almost like a radio, like a pirate radio kind of garage thing. I don't know. It's just something that seemed to come up when I was considering making this. It's almost like it's Adobe or something. It's made out of stucco and there's timber sticking out. I don't know. Anyway, so, but yes, it's me, Agent Zero, aka Just in Case Sweet. No longer hashtag just a writer. So we are working on today, following the lesson plan here. We're working on draw a cup of coffee and marshmallows. So I get to draw a cup of coffee with some marshmallows. And I think how I'm going to start is, I generally like to have a blank sheet of paper. So I think I will do that. So yes, we will start with a blank one. So here it is. And then I guess I will, these shadows, I don't know about that. Let's see. It's a little better. Lighting. Yeah, it's hard for me to see though. Yeah, I'll get this stuff figured out one day. Yeah, very, very shadowy, very hard to see. Anyway, all right, so I'm just gonna start. I don't know how big I want to go. I mean, he doesn't really give a size, right? So maybe I just keep it kind of the same size as before. But I'm supposed to pay close attention to the to all of the proportions here. Yeah, I don't know if the blue pen's going to work for me. I don't think that's going to work. So I'll just grab a number 2 pencil because I'm most comfortable with number 2s. I could break out the sketch pencils, but I kind of like, and I'm probably like, well, I want to do a mug like the way I like to do a mug. So he says a coffee cup. The example that he gives looks more like a teacup. So maybe I'll make like for me, coffee mug, the way I like my coffee, and maybe we will go a little big. We'll see. But yeah. Um, I wanted to try to do this in blue so then I could kind of pencil this afterward, but it's all a learning process. Drawing is a learning process, just like whenever I started writing. Um, you definitely just want to keep at it, like whatever it is. Doing this nice little square mug here. I want to have like nice round. I mean, it's looking a little more square on the bottom than I like, though, because I think the idea is to give it a little bit of depth. So maybe because it's like a cylinder, like a rounded cylinder. I'm breaking my own rule because I usually like to turn this way when I do my arches because I'm better at it going this way. Yeah. Well, we already got someone in the chat. Oh my gosh. It's the man of the hour, the duck bacon. Hail Agent Zero, he says. 3 fire emojis. I like my coffee mugs to look like pint glasses. Yeah. Yeah, me too. Tough, rough night. Just drink a pint. Matter of fact, I'm having me a nice little hot toddy right now, or well, maybe not a traditional hot toddy, but it's an old fashioned. Apparently, they now make it in bottles, so you don't have to make your own. You don't have to hire your own mixology or cocktail professional to have a decent old fashioned. So what's up, Duck? How are things? I had a long, arduous day at work. I just want to come home and just chill. I figure it's a little bit of time before Matt Barr's Pre-King Awesome show, which I was on there last week. I think I'll probably just hang out in the chat because I don't want to, as other creators say, I don't want to wear out my welcome. I appreciate any invite I get for a show, especially one that's a continual sort of thing. It's like a perpetual invite, but I'm probably someone that people can only take in small doses, so that's where I'm at. Of course, it's funny. I was told the other day that whenever I'm describing things or whatnot, like I can be rather monotone or maybe lack a certain level of excitement, and so that kind of puts them to sleep. It's not necessarily, I mean, that wasn't in response to my live streams, but I'm sure it would probably apply. But no, it was that whenever I show people how to play games, I have a tendency to be a little analytical in my delivery, and so it kind of sounds very what's the word, droll or monotone. By the way, Duck, I've been so just to clue everybody in, I've connected with a lot of folks on Instagram recently. I should probably provide a link in the description, but yeah, so who knew there was this thing called Instagram that I mean, I still don't understand it. Man, I really want to. I need to zhuzh this thing up, zhuzh it up, zhuzh it up, because the angle. I want to have a nice angle where I'm looking down on the cup. So yeah, maybe we will go a little more round down here. But yeah, so I'm on Instagram, and I'm trying to figure it out. It seems like every single one of the social media platforms just operates, or it has a different feel, as it should, but it seems to have its own way of presenting similar information, and I'm not quite. Yeah, that's actually not half bad. Um, yeah, I haven't quite figured it out. Of course, it took me a few years of hanging out on Twitter to really figure it out. So the way I understand it is this line should be like the rim up here should be relatively. I know it depends on where the perspective is on this, but it should be almost, maybe not completely parallel, but almost parallel. Because I want to show the fluid inside, since the assignment does say that the coffee mug, or in his words, coffee cup, has marshmallows in it. So it's like a hot chocolate kind of thing happening, I guess. Um, Duck says, "I just like caffeine." I've been taking a little too relaxed approach to the Liefeld Tober, so I'm trying to catch up. Too rigid? Too rigid what? Um, yeah, so that's what I was getting to that in on Instagram, because I know, Duck, you're you kind of made it known that you are strictly, like, you're not on Twitter, you're on Instagram. And so I've been looking at your Instagram, and yeah, I'll be darned, like every single thing that you're posting is a Liefeld, seemingly a Liefeld original. Either it's one of his characters, or um, one of, did I say Liefeld? Liefeld. Jesus, I should not be mispronouncing his name. Um, I just think it's cool that you show an appreciation for what he does, how he's contributed to the hobby. He gets such. I still don't get it. I really don't. I guess it's just jealousy, you know. Um, but he gets so much shit. He does. So many people just. It's almost like it's a given. If you're a comic fan, you're supposed to hate on Rob Liefeld. For some people, you know. And what I find is so many people either love or they hate him. And as for me, um, I think he's awesome. I think yes, one, I can't draw anything like him. So, like, I'm starting over at zero, hence Agent Zero. Um, so I don't even have a dog in that hunt. Oh, that's not too bad. Um, it's kind of like a high rim earthenware cup, kind of like how I like my mugs. Um, but yeah, I get the criticism, but at the same time, the dude loves comics. He has a love for the game in a way that, like, he's, in my opinion, especially now, right? We've had so many. Let me, of course, I'm about to start speaking on something I don't know much about, and that's sports. But we so Michael Jordan, okay, yeah, he's one of the greats, but you can't say he's the greatest basketball player ever, right? Same with Shaquille O'Neal, or Dennis Rodman, or Larry Bird, right? Um, or Charles Barkley. Um, you can't say that these are the greatest. Um, they might have been great, but it's it's almost, and Dr. J from like way on in the way back, like he was pretty darn good. but these are masters of their craft in their own positions. So like you can't say that, Charles Barkley, from what I understand, he's not known for his free throws, right? He's known for being a big center, same as Shaquille O'Neal. And Shaquille O'Neal is, he's not known for his three pointers, unless I'm mistaken, but I'm pretty sure he's not. And so with Rob Liefeld, like he's definitely one of the greatest coaches of comic books. He's also one of the greatest fans. He's also one of the greatest mascots, and he's also one of the greatest. I don't know, point guard. I mean, he plays so many different positions, and he attacks comics in a way that no other creator. I will say this, hand to heaven, no other comics creator have I seen be so passionate about comic books than Rob Liefeld. And if any of you know of one person who is more passionate than that man, please let me know, because I can't find one. Um, his just his utter fascination, enthusiasm, desire for the good storytelling that's in a good comic book, like he's there for it in a way that so many other comic, um, so many other of the greats, living, I guess I should say, because I'm pretty sure Jack Kirby, he was as enthusiastic to the day he died, about comics. Um, okay, so okay, so like artists, let me just say that, like comic artists, you won't find anyone that's more enthusiastic than Rob Liefeld. I think another, well, shoot, man, I can't really say that because Jim Steranko is he's pretty damn enthusiastic, I guess. Um, I know Jim Shooter is very enthusiastic about comics. Bob Layton's pretty darn enthusiastic still. But are any of these people, do they have a regular podcast that they do 2 episodes a week, and when that wasn't enough, they managed to put in a third each week? No. But Rob Liefeld does. He comes through every single week with um, a new podcast episode. So, I mean, I would defy you to find someone out there. It's ridiculous. You can go back on anyone's work and point out stuff from the beginning that wasn't solid enough. Unfortunately, I feel he was spreading himself too thin, trying to be too much at the peak of his popularity. Honestly, Jason Kidd might be the greatest. I might be a little partial. Jason Kidd. See, here you go. You show up, and then I got to do some homework. So let's find out who Jason Kidd is, shall we? Let's do let's do this. It'll be like a little. Maybe this will be our little segment. Like, maybe I'll just go on a hunt. Do like a little Google foo, real time. And the faster I get at this, the better, right? Um, Mavericks. Um, Wait. Oh yeah, no, I don't want to do that. Wrong one. Um, I'll get the hang of this one day. So go. No. Screen one. There we go. Okay, cool. Boom. Screen one. Here we go. Bow. All right. So let's look here. Jason Kidd. I just want to show it. Oh, you mean the. You're talking basketball. Okay. So he's the greatest. So you're saying he's the greatest American basketball coach, or the greatest American like player ever? Because, um, and maybe maybe that brings up an interesting question. So maybe the question is, do you want to be popular, or do you want to be the greatest? Right? Hey, that could be. That's kind of. Hey, that works. I like that. Yeah, player. Okay. So like, so if he's the greatest player of all time, now I'm guessing you're biased because you're a Mavericks fan. Um, so, but but I'm not alleging that Rob Liefeld is the greatest coach in American comics. Because I don't even know how you would really quantify that. I mean, I guess in a way you could say, well, I don't know. I mean, maybe he is, because I mean he's still in the game. Like, he still makes comics to this day. That's still a thing for Rob Liefeld. Um, Now I gotta kind of figure this out. I'm trying to. I think I did pretty good with that. Um, the the camera skews it just a hair. So Chaos Chris joins the chat. Here, I'm gonna do something I should have done a long time ago, because I haven't seen you in the chat for a while there, Chris. So here we go. Welcome everybody. This is Chaos Chris. Here, I gotta mute myself because I don't like to hear myself. Let me give you the ceremonial wrench. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So yeah, Chris is my boy. He's one of my local buddies. Pop in and out. Oh yeah, lovely. Thank you for popping in and out. But yeah, what I'm drawing now is I'm supposed to do a cup of coffee and some marshmallows. So that's what we're doing. We're drawing a cup of coffee. And I see myself repeated on the screen, and that's lovely. Great, cool. Not really. Let me go over here. I got vocal fry happening. Let me turn that off. Okay. Actually, hopefully I'm not coming through too loud, because the other day I was being so, whisper, whisper, that sort of thing. And Chris says, "Oh, nice." Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to, and I'm doing all this by memory. I don't have any mugs near me, so I'm just trying to. I'm visualizing a coffee mug that, like, I have a favorite coffee mug that my mother gave me when I was in the army. She owned a limousine company, and she would drive people to play um, in the casino at the Horseshoe in Evansville, Indiana. I think it was Evansville, and and she see. I really like that side. So there's definitely something to be said for digital drawing, because when you like one side, you can copy it over to the other side and make it more perfect. But anyway, yeah, mom, she would take these old ladies, these old ladies who had money to go gamble at at yeah, that side's much better. It's much better. I've actually got a trial subscription to Clip Studio that I'm about to, or it's actually, I think, is about to expire soon. But I'm one of those that I feel like I should learn the fundamentals in real life, and then once I have it down on paper, then I can go and try to learn how a program is going to do, so I can do the same thing but on a computer screen. So that's me. That's my brain there. That's not too bad. That's all right. It's I. He says you have an iPad. No, no, I don't. I have a 2-in-1 tablet or whatever. I can just flip it over and I can use it, and I have a stylus I can draw on it. Although I found out that there's a used physical media store, um, in Nashville where I can buy used Wycom tablets. So I may do that because apparently they're pretty cheap in there. Okay, so I got distracted with that. Anyway, Mom gave me this mug to this place called Horseshoe, the Horseshoe Casino, and and I absolutely love it. And she gave it to me when I was in the army, still back in, I guess it was back in 2000, and so I still have that mug. But sadly, I don't have my mom anymore. She passed away back in 2003. So it's been 20 years. Feels like just yesterday, to be honest. And one thing, yeah, I see why I see why this is an assignment because it is not easy. It's not as easy as you might think. Um, yeah, you'll always miss your mama when they're gone. You know, to those of you out there who no longer have your mama, I know how it feels. It sucks, but we're left here with the woulda, shoulda, coulda. Um, there's so many times I could have answered the phone when she called. I was so young, I was so busy at the time. Didn't take time out to talk to my mama. So yeah, I know we're nowhere near Mother's Day, but seriously, those of you who still got your mama with you, just give her a call tonight. Tell her how much you love her, how much you miss talking to her, what she means to you. Assuming you have a mom that's worth a damn, because there are those who don't. And my sympathy is with you as well. My oh boy, I got stories on that. Not from my own mama, but my ex. Yeah, abandoning children is not a good thing. It's not what a woman should do. Anyway, all right, back to happier things. I'm drawing a mug, and so I was inspired to draw this mug based on the one that Mom gave me of from the Horseshoe Casino. So I feel like, yeah, this is the kind of mug I want to do. And I may do I probably will do a saucer underneath it for extra credit, even though it's not really, I'm not really getting a grade for this. But I learned in the army, you don't want to cheat yourself. See, I don't know if I want to go square. This is off center. I need to do some guidelines. The whole point is to do the thing with the thing, so go straight down. Yeah, I do like these blue pencils. I just wish I could see them just a little bit better. And the thing is, I could be drawing this on a light box, but it's just too dang bright for my eyes. And that the light box that I have is not, like, I can't dim it. It's the way that I dim it is to put a piece of paper under it or something, and that could dim what it looks like. Chris says, "Dang, I was gonna say check out Procreate." Yeah, Bellevue, Bellevue, Bellevue. What? How much for a Wycom? I can't. I mean, apparently, from what I hear, they're like $20 to $50, like depending on the size. I mean, it's hardly anything. Which, I mean, and I guess it depends on which one. Like, is a Wycom one that you can like, it actually, it's the screen, like it has a screen, or is it just a tablet and then I look at my screen on the monitor, you know, because I would think that if it was a screen underneath my hand, um, that would fetch a premium cost, premium price. But that's just me, because I know to buy like a new one is anywhere between like 250 and $300. Man, yeah, I don't know if this is too thick. Eesh. My perspective might be all wrong. I don't know why I'm trying to do this angle either. I could just set it closer to the edge, because it's a cylinder, dadgummit. It's like my glass right here, so it's gonna be off to the side. Yes, that's right. Yeah, yeah, McKay's. You're right. Chris knows what's up. Yeah, Bellevue, not Bellevue, Washington, but Bellevue near Nashville, Tennessee. Yeah, I guess I'm overthinking this, so I'll just bring it over here, bring it over here to the side. It's fine. But but anyway, real talk today on Agent Zero's house of drawing and awesomeness. I don't know. It's only awesome because people show up and talk to me. That's what makes it awesome. That's the one thing that prevents me from actually creating my own videos. Not that I want to scare anyone away. No, not that I want you to not come around. But that's why I don't make I don't make the videos ahead of time because uh, I like to interact with chat in real time. It's kind of a cool feeling to be able to interact with people in real time. It's very cool. It's very nice. Um, Even as I'm doing something as uh, what's the word, revealing, or like I'm opening myself up to criticism by drawing on stream, and I know this. Um, but I'd like to think that we're all friends here. And of course, if you like what you see in this video, please give the video a like and share the video out, put it out there on the Twitter and the Facebook and the Instagram. I guess if you can share them on Instagram, I'm still trying to figure that one out. Yeah, this is so. Yeah, I'm bouncing all over the place. So mom was she was an art student when she was in college. I was just a boy. I was like 7, between like 7 and 10, and she fast tracked her 2 degrees for sure. But she was an art student, and I remember hanging out with her in the studio with the she had a pottery class, and so I remember playing with the clay and trying to make bowls and trying to make I think I did try to make a coffee mug once. It's tough. Drawing it is much easier than making it in with your hands. So yeah. But when I'm done, I'll have plans for, I'll be like, yeah, here's the blueprint to make a, you know, decent coffee mug, I guess. Kind of looks like a that almost looks like a phone receiver. It's like I'm gonna pick up my coffee mug and go, hello. I'll bring my iPad Thursday and let you try it and see what you think. I use a specific screen protector to make it feel like paper. So the iPad that we have at work is that is that's the company iPad. So yeah, pottery ain't no joke. Yeah, hey, I don't know if you can get past the smell and the maintenance of keeping up the keeping up the clay. I mean, have at it. I don't. It's. Oof. I was in. I was uh, when I was in college. I took geology was my minor, so I know the kind of minerals that go into making clay. And boy, ugh, they very earthy is an understatement there. I think it's time to just do this. I think I'm just gonna wing it without the blue. I've got enough to try to figure out what I'm doing here. But I think. But yeah, I have this I just have this desire to draw. as I'm waiting for pages to be finished on Chrome Dog. I've got Luke is he's flying as fast as he can with the pages, but he's now kind of in a holding pattern, um, deciding to take some time with them because our colorist is um, he's only able to go so fast at the moment, and so Luke he can kind of marinate a little bit and spend more time on the pages, getting them nice and polished and pretty. So because he's penciling and inking his own lines. So and he's digital. They both are. I mean, really, like Chrome Dog is going to be, it's full digital book. Um, and I'm not sure. Who knows what the next books are going to be like? Um, the next titles, that is. Chrome Dog will probably always be produced the way it's produced, or at least these first three issues. I'm just going to roll with this. We'll say we'll say this is a stylized coffee mug, right? That's what we'll do. We'll just say it's stylized, because and that's the other thing. As I improve, I actually learn proper techniques, proper drawing, this and that. Um, I'm gonna develop my own style. Which, by the way, Duck, um, I notice you have your own style. I think it's cool. Um, and it's definitely one that you can probably be assured that AI is not going to try to copy. Because the one thing that I've noticed about AI art is they they oh boy, here we go. You ready? here's some here's some fun stuff. So AI is almost like that like that 5-year old child that's like trying its best to do what um, trying its best to make mommy and daddy proud, right? And everything that it does, it's like, ooh, I made this thing. What do you think, mommy? What do you think, daddy? And you look at it and you're like, I mean, because they're 5, right? And and you give them praise and everything, because you want them to feel good about the job they did on the thing. And so AI is a lot like that, from what I understand, is that it's doing its best, and it thinks that it's doing the best that it can do. And um, and I heard someone, that there was a take that I heard, that someone said that it was the AI was gonna eventually, it caught because it scrapes the internet and it scrapes all this other artwork, and um, it'll eventually start scraping other AI art, and AI art will scrape AI art and get to the point where AI art will be, it'll just be nothing but mush. Like it'll just it'll turn itself into obsolescence, just like that, because it will no longer recognize what art is, because it thinks that it's doing the best at what it knows from comparing and grabbing all the other art that it sees. So I mean, that handle's not terrible. It could be better. It's a little too fat. This looks like a Homer Simpson mug. It's better than a Lego mug, I guess. Now, a Lego mug, that would be cheating. That would definitely be cheating. Um, a Lego mug would have been me just making this thing look plastic and then just come out the top and then down, and boom, I'm done pretty much. I could certainly render it a little bit, but that would be a Lego mug, something that Emmett from the Lego Movie would be proud to own. I tried to make a miniature statue. It turned into an ashtray. Well, I mean, ashtrays are necessary. Yeah. Once upon a time, um, you could smoke in a Waffle House. And so a coffee mug, not too dissimilar from this one that I'm drawing, would be where you would flick your ashes if you so desired. I don't remember if they're still Like I don't know if they have a smoking section or not. I detest smoking, but at the same time, what is it about smoking that it just looks so damn cool? You know, like why does smoking look cool to this day? When you're watching a movie, or like it just looks cool. It doesn't smell cool. It just looks cool. um, all right. All right. I think I'm gonna save the hardest for last. So next we're gonna go with the saucer. And I think we'll say about right here. I'm just gonna draw me this little line. And this is just me thinking that this is what I should be doing. I haven't seen anyone do anything like this. So then I'm just gonna hold on. I'm trying to visualize the saucer. That's I mean, honestly, that's the hard part, is developing the eye to like know what you're drawing. Yes, yes, you draw from reference, but being able to have a real feeling for it. It's almost like it should come down like this. It's hard for me to visualize it with the blue pencil anyway. Turn it into an ashtray. Well, there are other streams happening now, so I'm faced with a dilemma. Do I continue on until I'm done with my drawing? Or do I make way for the big talents to be able to do what they do? But then again, I have my own little corner of the internet where people like Duck and Chaos Chris come and hang with me. So at the end of the day, what does it matter? Maybe I'm doing this wrong. Maybe I should be thinking about, because it's going to look like a flying saucer, for crying out loud. Maybe I should be trying to. Okay, so I'm looking. So I have a square coaster in front of me here. Well, I don't. Yeah, there's the square coaster sideways. I'm trying to kind of think. Of course, I'm looking way down on it. Okay. That kind of helps. All right, so. Ugh. All right, come on. So it's a wide cup on a saucer that's, maybe it's on it's on a saucer that's too small for it. Something else I've through different lessons that I've paid attention to, like reading art lessons. They say not to that you don't want to do the chicken, like what I'm doing right now, this chicken scratch. They say that this is, you need to make every line count, like be confident in your lines. And when you're trying to visualize something and you're trying to round corners, I really don't see how that's possible at my level of understanding here. And the only thing, so there won't be a sharp edge. Okay. Needs to go little bit rounder there. Okay. Yeah. Just like that. Just like that. Yep. Let's see. Now if I can rinse and repeat on the other side. And it almost feels like this needs to be just a little bit further down. Duck says, I saw a great tutorial about drawing from Mark Burnett. Have you seen this videos? Oh boy. Right. Yes, I have. As a matter of fact, I need to pin that comment like I did the other day so that people can have at his art, his channel. I was definitely talking about his channel earlier. Let's see here. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pin the actual video that I am learning from. Once I get it, okay. Of course, it's at a certain point, but I'm going to share it. I don't know if it's going to share it at the same place. Maybe you guys can tell me. Let me throw it in here. I don't even know. Do I put it here like that? And then, oh my God, YouTube, you guys are crazy. I can't. Okay, let me see if I can pin it here. Nope, it won't let me pin it there. Okay. I'm spamming the chat just so I can get it up to where I can see it, because they put that ridiculous little heart thing and everything. You can like emote a video that you do. Okay, so I'm gonna click that, and hopefully it doesn't. Okay, cool. Yeah. Fantastic. All right, so I have I've successfully pinned the video, the specific video that Mark Burnett has that I'm following. This is day 20 of his Learn to Draw in 30 Days video. So yeah, this is his assignment. So yes, I know quite a bit about Sir Mark of Burnett. Okay, so let's dive back in here. I'm trying to see. I want to make sure. Okay, that's distracting. I'm distracting myself by looking at my hands as they draw. All right. Okay. So I keep saying that. I'm like, all right, okay. I know I haven't broken out the ruler, but I'm going to break it out right now. So if that's right there, then essentially it's going to be, because it would start here, so it would essentially be right about here is where it comes down. Happy little trees. Oh man, I just realized. Yeah, all his videos are crazy. Like they do start good. I really need to find some sort of music that's suitable for this. I mean, I wonder if I were to play Chill Synth, which is a Night Ride FM YouTube radio channel. I wonder if I was to play that would be a problem. I don't really know, to be honest. Okay. All right. I kind of think I'm semi overthinking this. Let me do this here. It's like, you overthink it? No. Yeah, the thing I don't like about this this blue pencil is that it's too hard. I would much rather had a soft one. But beggars can't necessarily be choosers when you're trying to find stuff on Amazon. Yeah, that's we're getting there. We are getting there. All right, so this is actually going to come down because I need a wider brim down here. I don't know, it looks wonky to me. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think I am. I don't think I am. Maybe I am. Remains to be seen. So, yeah, comic books. Oh, comic creators. Right, back to Rob Liefeld. Like, you know, I'll give you so like Todd McFarlane, right? Here's a guy who was, you know, utterly infatuated with toys and starting his own toy brand, and he's doing it, right? He is a successful toy business guy. Like, that is his thing. But guess who's not drawing comic books anymore? Todd McFarlane. Now, will he ink a book or a cover or something from time to time for fan lip service? Sure. Or fan service, as they say, fan service. Sure. Yeah, he does it. But by and large, he's not producing his own books in that way. He, you know, he has his characters. He has creative teams that just do the thing continually. You know, I have mad respect for Eric Larson for doing, you know, drawing his own book all these years. That's pretty cool. And his book is, I mean, he's past 300 now, I think. Eric Larson is on his own, like all 300 by him. Not really sure there's anyone else that has that record. But does that make him the greatest? You know. One thing, yeah, I tell you, my brain, I keep going back around to this notion, and I should, instead of be drawing right now, instead of me drawing at the moment, which probably as soon as I end this stream, I'll be trying to bang out an essay on Substack. It's not too bad. Could be better. But I want to tackle the notion of social media as it's a form of communication that has really it's mucked everything up. All right, now comes the fun part. We get to draw some marshmallows in the we're gonna say that's hot chocolate, because I don't like I can't imagine having marshmallows in my coffee. No, thank you. Ugh. Especially now that I've kicked sugar to the curb. I can't kick cream out of my coffee, but I'm definitely kicking sugar. Like, it's no longer a thing in my coffee, and I'm losing weight because of it. That's for sure. You need to say, "Oh yeah!" Maybe I should find that song somewhere and play it. I wonder if I would get copyright struck. I doubt it. I mean, at this point, it's such a meme, but you never know. Who knows? Paul McCartney might actually own the rights to that meme or something. I'm just gonna to heck with that blue pencil. We'll just because the shadow is really bothering me here. So I'm trying to think about this. I'm gonna put the gonna have a marshmallow here. All right. So maybe we'll. I want one on its side, and I kind of want one that's like daubing up and down, you know, in the fluid. So I'm definitely gonna have to be erasing lines and all kinds of jazz. And it's not as rounded off, I guess, as I want it to be. It's a little too sharp. It's also kind of crooked because of the angle that I was at there, but otherwise it looks pretty good. Perspective definitely, perspective to your drawing space is definitely important. Okay, so let's look straight on. So we're gonna come over here. We're gonna go here. And we're gonna kind of come up this, come down like this. It still looks awful sharp, but it'll be all right. And then kind of gotta. That's one thing I remember when I was a kid that I got kind of good at doing. I'd like to get good at doing it again. Was liquid ripples and things. I'm very proud of how I used to do liquids. But yeah, wow, I'm bouncing all over the place here. But yeah, social media. I feel like it is truly a two-edged sword. It's on the one hand, it's nice to be able to reach out and talk to people who at one point in our life was just completely unapproachable at all. Like you couldn't. I mean, let's just take a step back and look at Hollywood, right? So one, you'd have to live in California for it to even be a possibility to run into somebody, right? For the longest time. And then then they started filming other places, like Green Mile some of it was filmed here in Nashville, and so there was opportunity for people to kind of meet the cast, Tom Hanks and such. I mean, they're right there in the straight line. That's terrible. But so eventually, people were able to kind of meet. Like I met because there was a movie filmed at a college here called David Lipscomb University. There was a film that was based on a song and a video by Reba McEntire called, oh my gosh, what's it called? Dang it, I put myself on the spot there. I can't remember. Anyway, it was based on a song. And my mother was she was actually a security guard for this security company, and they had the contract to do security for the production of it. Oh, is there life out there? Yeah. That's the name of the song. Is There Life Out There? And I believe they did a made-for-TV movie based on that. And so anyway, I was about, I don't know, 14 or 15, and I got to meet Reba McEntire like face to face. And by that time, like I was already getting tall. She's short. She's very short. Reba is. Of course, now she's on The Voice. I think tonight she's on The Voice. Just so everyone's aware, this live stream is not sponsored by anyone at NBC, just in case you guys wondered. But my wife really likes to watch The Voice, so it will probably be on when she gets home from work. Yeah, I mean, I'm doing the assignment there are marshmallows. It's a thing. It's whatever. Not quite what I want it to look like, but that's okay. It's just an assignment. Don't think too much of it. Don't think too much of it. So, but the thing is, like, I didn't carry on a conversation with Reba. It was just like, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you, that kind of thing, right? It just wasn't a thing. And so now we live in this universe, in this Twitter sphere and Facebook and all this stuff, where all these stars and rock stars and what those of us in the geek sphere would think were rock stars, whether they're our favorite actors who play our favorite characters, or they're our favorite writers writing our favorite comic books, right? All these different people are now all of a sudden on the table, right? Where like you're able to kind of sit across a virtual table and speak to these people one way or the other, and we can't even have civil conversations with them. I mean, let alone ask them, questions about their craft. But I mean, if they catch wind, even just the slightest wind, like if they see who you follow and it's like they shut you down. They just completely, they block you, X, Y, and Z, just because you're, it's guilty by association. And it's like, you know what? Like, I didn't ask for that. It's like, I admire your work. Why are you treating me like this? I'm a human being who did at one point, was interested in buying more of your product that you're selling, more of the writing that you're providing, right? But because you think something ill of me to the point where you just basically slam a door in my face that I didn't realize I opened, or that my friend, maybe someone that I'm acquainted with, had somehow, ruffled your feathers, or, again, guilt by association, and even they may not have done it, but all of a sudden we're blocked, or, we get people just treat each other so horribly. And for what? For clicks? Or for clout in the industry, to toe the line with with the industry professionals that you call colleagues. Like, it's terrible. I had a crush on Reba when she was in Tremors. Yeah, well, I mean, didn't we all? I mean, even before then, because by the time she was in Tremors, let's see, by then she was probably like in her 40s, like early 40s. Here, let me see how old she is today. Boy, she'd really hate me for this one. Let's see. How old is Reba McEntire? Okay. So maybe she wasn't quite that old. So she's 68 now. So and Tremors, so Tremors would have been Tremors 1, right? So Tremors 1, we'll say release date, because I don't want to go to IMDb. Okay, so it was released in 1990. Here we are, it's 2023. So that was 33 years ago. So yeah, she would have been 35. So cool. I mean, I guess she wasn't that old then, but yeah. Yeah, she's delightful. Here she is. Yeah, good old Reba McEntire. I liked her on her TV show. I really enjoyed her TV show, Reba. Hilarious stuff. Loved it. Big time. The comedy. That was back when we were allowed to laugh. And that's the other thing that we've lost, is we've lost our ability to find humor in things. It's been beaten out of us, browbeaten out of us. But anyway, so what I'm wanting to do is write an essay just talking about how creators can't be civil with one another anymore, or can't be civil with the fan base anymore. They're not allowed to be. They either aren't allowed to be, or they don't allow themselves to be. and it's doing everyone a disservice, and it's killing Hollywood. That's the thing. That's the dirty little secret, I believe, is that Hollywood is dying because all these movie stars have access, or I should say, all these fans have access to all these different movie stars, and the movie stars, they want to put on a good face, they want to play ball, and they want to show the studios that they are hip with the terms and the wokeness and everything else, or they completely buy it and they want to express themselves in that way. But when they do, they alienate the very people that are going to come watch their films. So, I mean, at some point, that bill's going to come due, in the words of Mordo from Baron Mordo from I almost say Captain Morgan. That'd be funny. From Doctor Strange. He says the bill always comes due, and it absolutely does. I remember when 35 meant something. Yeah, when I was 35, that was 8 years ago. I mean, I'm sure it means something to somebody. but anyway. Okay, well, I'm just gonna say that this particular lesson is done. I could do more with the saucer. I really don't want to, because in the next episode, whether I choose to do it on stream or not, it remains to be seen. Probably not, because this is where people get to laugh at me. So we got day 21. Draw 2 different boxes in 1 point perspective, cut in half. So that'll be fun. So now we're actually getting into perspective. So we've been exploring the concept of perspective just a little bit here and there. Trying to draw the cup in a way, or in these other, without drawing lines to make perspective, right? We've been kind of doing that, and then this one. So I'm hip to visualizing the perspective. So now we're actually going to get into making the perspective. So I'm excited. This is where things pick up and they get a little more difficult. So not sure if I'll because I want to progress in this, but I also have limited time to be able to stream. And that's because I'm a freeloader. Hey, there, Woke Breaker. Hail to you, my friend. Sorry you're joining us right here at the end, because it's been over an hour, and I'm also kind of streaming at the same time that some other popular folks are doing their thing. So if you get a chance, if you feel like it, just go on over, pop into as a matter of fact, I think if it will let me, I will throw a link into the chat for you guys to follow, to be able to jump into Matt 6 Bar's stream. That way you guys can yuck it up with them, and I'll be over there too, to continue my my cocktail consumption, because right now I'm not really feeling it, because I'm spending too much time speaking and thinking and not enough time drinking. So as always, I appreciate you guys, everyone who comes by. I appreciate everyone who leaves a comment, and shares this video out, leaves a like. Even those of you, maybe for whatever you want to dislike this video, that's fine. I mean, I can have detractors, and I certainly, you're more than welcome to provide me with some type of commentary in the comments to tell me what is it that you'd like to see more of in my shows, or what is it that I'm doing that I shouldn't be doing, or what is it that I shouldn't be doing and or that I should be doing and I'm not doing. Yeah, okay, I think I got that right. But in the meantime, as always, as I always say, as I get to this point, I say, enjoy our wild America.